Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Edson. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good evening. I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. I'm glad somebody finally came. So,
I just saw the video and I wasn't sure. So,
yeah, well, well, let me stop screen sharing. I didn't, I'll turn on my video. Yeah, here's me. But yeah, I didn't, uh, nobody came, so I just put that up. So, hoping that
oh,
somebody would show up. So,
is this your
how,
first class?
no, this is not my first class. It's
No?
about class number 6. This is the sixth class, the second day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you taken many classes with Verbling?
Yeah, like 2 months now, I guess. But I
Awesome.
have never seen you.
Yeah, no, I'm new.
Yeah,
I am new.
you're
This
kind of
is,
new. Just for
yeah.
weekends? What?
No, I just started. Wednesday was my first class, and I've had 4 classes today already, and so this is my sixth class.
Okay,
So,
but this is not a surprise. I mean, on Friday, Berlin is a little bit lonely. Yeah,
well, I
that's
thought,
correct.
yeah, I thought about that because at this time of day, Europe is asleep. Um, Asia is working, and it's Friday evening.
Yeah,
So,
and
so where are you?
I just came from school. I'm from Mexico City.
Okay, Mexico City. All right, that's awesome. So, well, let's go ahead and start. Maybe some other people will join us as they see the presentation and so forth. Today, the topic is on cheating. Um, so let me real quickly go back to my slideshow. And well, wait. Let's learn to know each other a little bit more before
Okay.
we go into that. Um, so you're from Mexico City. What are you studying?
I'm doing economics. Economic.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, excellent. And what is the type of job that you are hoping to get after you graduate?
Well, after I graduate, I think I will work for the government. I'm not sure, but
Uh-huh.
seems like all the students from my schools ended doing the same kind of jobs with the
Hmm.
government. So I think I will do that for at
Okay.
least 2, maybe 3 years, and then I
Uh-huh.
will like to change to my dream job, I guess.
And what is your dream job?
Well, it will be in something agriculture, maybe,
Oh, cool.
or education.
Oh, cool. My first class, we did the theme of wishes and dreams.
Oh,
So that was on Wednesday. So
I'm a
anyway,
little
we've
bit
got a
late.
couple more people joining us. So we have Milton. Hi, Milton. Where are you from? Okay, maybe Milton's working on his microphone. Hi, Raphael. How are you today? He's muted.
Yeah, I know Milton, and he sometimes have problems with his connection.
His
Yes,
mic.
yeah. Hi, Wilson. Hi, teacher Holly.
Hi,
How are you?
Milton. Yeah. Hi, how are you? And then Raphael, I think you're muted as well. But and where are you guys from?
I'm from Mexico City.
You're also from Mexico City. And
Yes.
and Raphael, where are you from? Raphael, are you there? Maybe he's having problems with his mic. He will start again. Uh, Speak when he can. Okay, so Milton, you guys need to tell us. I'm going to turn off my camera and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my picture, and then I want each one of you guys to tell me about your pictures. Um, this is me and my little dog in Finland. I lived in Finland for 11 years, and Alpo moved in with me when he was 3 years old, and he lived with me in Finland for 4 years, and then he's come to the States. He was born in Hungary, and then he came to Finland to be a stud dog, which is basically to breed puppies to get a dog to be a daddy, and then he's come to the U.S. and I have retired him from working. So and I actually have lived in Finland for 11 years, and I lived in South Korea for 2, and then I also have been teaching online since 2006. So, but I just started working with with Verbling. Right now I'm in Idaho, USA. So I'm in a very small town. There's only about 850 people, and so it seems like everyone knows everyone. So I moved back because I started teaching online, and I realized that my mom was not getting any younger, and I wanted to be close to her. So now I'm able to continue teaching, and no, Edson, 850 people.
Really? That's really small.
It's very small. We have a gas station, store, and we have 2 churches, a private school, a restaurant that is not open past 3 p.m., and then we have a butcher shop, and the post office, of course, and a city hall, and what else do we have? And then I think we have a mechanic. Mechanic is a person who fixes cars.
Just one for all town?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all we have. So we are what we call it's called a bedroom community, because most of the time we basically live here, but we shop and we go elsewhere to live our lives. Most people leave and they go into the bigger city. Boise is the capital of Idaho, and it has about 500,000. So, and that's about a 40-minute drive. So some people drive into Boise, and then there's other communities between us and them. So.
Well, I know Idaho, or I have heard about it, but not about Boise. That's weird.
Yeah, Boise is the capital city. It's the largest city in the state of Idaho. I think you probably have heard about potatoes. And maybe the mountains. Because we basically have 75% of federal forests.
Okay.
So we're very small. So Edson, tell us about your picture.
Well, it's just a random picture from a show that I enjoy. Just that I don't take often pictures of myself.
Okay.
I'm sure there's gonna be some of them, some pictures in my computer, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And you were studying economics at the local university in Mexico City, right?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of universities here because we are the city, so here are like at least 6 or 10 big universities here. And I'm in one of them in the south of the city.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Called Mexican Autonomous Institute of Technology.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. And Milton, you're also in Mexico City. Could you tell us, first of all, tell us about your picture?
Okay. Well, that it's me skydiving.
Uh-huh.
I did in my birthday, in my last birthday. Uh, my birthday was in 2nd of May,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I did this jump because um I need for feeling that emotion. And my friends tell me, one friend did one jump before me, and they give me the explanation for that jump, and I want to do the same thing, and I jump. It's a really exciting experience. This jump I did in an state called Morelos, in a city called Cuautla, here in Mexico, and it's really awesome. See the sky, see the feel the wind in your face because you are diving in 200 kilometers per hour, and it's really awesome.
Wow. Do you want to do it again?
Yes, of course. I want to jump because now in the beach because this town it's
Mm-hmm.
only land, uh, but the same company give you the opportunity to jump into the beach.
Mm-hmm.
You jump above the sea and you land in the sand.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm kind of jealous. I would love to do that. The closest I've ever done that kind of thing is in a paragliding. Have you guys ever done that?
No?
What is that? I don't know what that
Paragliding?
is.
Well, good. It's a new word for you. Paragliding is when you're in you have the parachute and you're being pulled by a boat. And so you
Ah,
Oh yeah, yeah, I
so
know.
that's yeah, so they did
Paragliding.
when I
Okay.
was in Finland, I taught some people that were some engineers that were at the local amusement park. And when the class was over, they gave me a bunch of tickets for that summer, and I had mentioned how much I wanted to go paragliding, and so they gave me 2 free tickets for paragliding. So I took a friend and we went paragliding, and it was really neat. So
That's
so
exciting.
yeah. So Milton, what do you do in Mexico City? Are you a student or are you working?
no, actually, I'm working in a bottler for Pepsi. In the,
Okay.
yeah, I see those brand marks: Pepsi, Seven Up, Mirinda,
Mhm.
Lipton is a tea ready to drink,
Mhm.
and Gatorade. Those all brands of Pepsi.
Mhm.
All,
Okay.
all the kind of water that you can drink because Pepsi is a large company that they include Frito-Lays, but
Mhm.
it's I only see the part of the beverage.
Okay. Awesome. Do you
And
get do you get free Pepsi?
not free, but cheaper.
Okay, so maybe you get it discounted.
Yeah,
You can say cheaper, but do you guys know the difference between cheap and inexpensive?
the difference.
Yeah.
Cheap cheap is low cost.
Usually, this is what a lot of native speakers think. Okay, when somebody says something is cheap, it's low cost and low quality. Where if it's inexpensive, it's just low cost. So what you could have said, because when you said cheaper, I automatically thought, oh, so it's not as good quality. You get the bad stuff, the stuff that people don't get. So what you could have said is you could have said either discounted, which I wrote out, or you could have said I get it for less expensive.
Less expensive. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the nuances in the language that people learn cheap as a lower price, but they don't realize it's low price and low quality by a lot of people, and a lot of people see it that way. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the topic that I'd planned for today. The topic is on cheating, and that's a really broad topic. And so let's go from here. I'm going to go to the next page. Bear with me a moment on this PowerPoint slide. So have you ever cheated? How? Have any of you guys ever cheated? And if you have, how?
I haven't cheated, but I have a funny story. I had a professor that encouraged us to make this kind of annotations in whatever, and yeah, to cheat. But if he caught you, you will be done. So the thing was to be creative, and I don't know why did he do that, but he encourages to do that.
Yeah, I had a communications professor who told us that we could write all the information on a 3x5 card.
Okay, and you could use that in the test?
And we could use that. And so what happened was, at first we would write it out, and if we wrote it out, as we write it, we learn it. But then, and that was like my sophomore year, my second year at university. By my senior year, a group of us started typing it out and getting it really small and small font, and then we would paste it onto the 3x5 card. And I realized that I wasn't learning it because somebody else was actually doing the card for me.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, actually, it works.
Yeah.
Because I did that once, and I realized in the test that I didn't need the paper.
Exactly. If you work on that, and I think that happens with people that do come up with really like this person that's on the writing on his arm. Maybe he didn't actually look at it because he learned it by writing it.
Yeah.
So, Milton, have you ever cheated?
Yes, of course. I remember in high school, I showed the picture the person who has writing in his arm or in his hands, and I did that thing, writing on a piece of paper, really little, like you, or maybe. In some cases, you photocopy the book, the pages of the book, and you do a reduction of all these photocopies, and you have a little.
Hello?
And I put out. Hello?
Okay.
Teacher, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You left for a couple seconds, but I can hear you now.
Okay, I telling you that you photocopy the pages of the book. And you can
hello?
To have a little hello.
Okay. You're back.
Hello, teacher?
Yeah, I hear you now.
You do a reduction of the photocopies, and you have a little bit, and you put out in the exam, and it's really funny.
Yeah. That's correct, Edson. It would be, you basically, instead of reduction, we would minimize the paper.
Okay.
And yeah, so, but was the teacher okay with that?
No, this it's illegal.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think for me, the time that I cheated, and I did not get caught, was in the first grade. And
What did you do?
I was not ready for school. It would have been better if my parents would have kept me out one more year and had me start later. But I was not ready, and so I would stay in the classroom when other kids were at recess, and I would stay in, and I would go to the stack of paper that the kids had already finished the assignment, and I would walk around the classroom, stop at that stack of paper, see an answer, go back to my desk, write it down, and then I would walk around the classroom again, and that's how I did that. And I always felt very bad about it, but I never got caught.
It's really funny. It's a really funny way of cheating.
Yeah, I never got caught. So at the Milton's coming back. Hopefully he comes back.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, my mom actually explained to the teacher that she needed to fail me because I didn't know anything. So, but I ended up going to second grade anyway. But I actually did not know anything after first grade, and so my parents got me special help, and by the second grade I was fine. But
But you developed some kind of useful skills, I guess.
Something I've never used before again.
Yeah, but you learn it. It's something good, I guess.
Yeah, possibly.
In a desperate situation, you know how to solve the problem.
Yeah, I guess. Even at 6 years old, I knew how to manipulate the system. So.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Okay, well let's look at these pictures. How are these people cheating?
The first guy with the computer, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. How is he cheating? Is that a test or?
It must have been an online test.
Ah, okay. An online test.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even online tests you can have to, usually online tests you can do that. So you're right, I'm not sure how he's cheating either. I need to change that picture.
Maybe he's writing a mail for another person.
Or he could be writing a paper for another person, or he's plagiarizing. Do you know that word?
No.
Hopefully I'm spelling it right. Plagiarizing.
Okay.
And that is when you copy word for word from another person's work.
Okay. Like copying?
Yeah, but usually you put it in a paper, or you copy sections of somebody else's paper and put it in your own paper, and you don't say where it came from, and you write it as your own.
Okay.
And if you do that,
yeah. I completely understand now. It happens often when someone is writing an essay or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And they can in many universities you can get kicked out.
Yeah, if you do that in my school, you are done.
Yeah.
Even if you do it once, you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I was tutoring a lady when I lived in Finland. I was tutoring a lady from Syria, and she was trying to get into the local university. And she had tried the year before, and so the next year, her husband got a tutor. And what she did was she studied the way she was taught in Syria. And in Syria, what they do is they memorize the textbook.
Really?
Yeah, and in a lot of the Western countries, you're taught to read it and then rephrase it and say what you think.
Yeah.
And I remember her telling me, "Man, Holly, if I would have gone to school in the West, I would have been the best student in the class."
Yeah. So actually, they need to write down the same thing word by
Word
word.
for word. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
weird.
it's not plagiarizing. It's just it's what we say in English. It's regurgitating.
Okay.
You know that word?
No, but I understand.
Yeah, Well, it's actually a medical word. To regurgitate is when you basically when you throw up, when you vomit. But we use it in academics, saying if you're regurgitating what somebody else has just said, which in our cultures is not accepted, but in some cultures it is. So.
Yeah. But it sounds like useless, that way of teaching, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what she thought too. She was very surprised when, because I was confused why she was memorizing the first chapter, and it was a chapter on. Oh, it was a subject I didn't even understand. It wasn't engineering; it was something in the sciences. And then when I explained to her that that's not how you study for a test in the Western culture, she was very surprised, and she didn't believe me until and then her mother in Syria told her to listen to me, and then she passed, so she got in.
That's good.
Yeah. So anyway, the next picture, picture the guy writing on his arm.
He's maybe about to cheat on a test.
Mhm. Okay. And the next picture with the hand.
He's cheating on games, I guess, on betting.
Probably poker.
On poker, yeah.
Maybe poker, but there might be other games as well. So, okay, and then the next one.
Well, it seems like it's the girl, the bad one. She's cheating on her significant other.
Exactly. So she's cheating on her boyfriend, or she's cheating.
Yeah, is that a common word? I just
significant
learned that.
other? Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, significant other is great, especially in this day and age when you can talk about his significant other to somebody, and maybe you're talking to somebody who is very, very traditional and conservative, and you're talking about a friend who is gay.
Okay.
You can use the word significant other to that conservative traditional person, and they don't have to know that the person's gay.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, but you can use it also for, it's not just for gay people, straight people as well. It's just one more alternative
Maybe
to use.
Formal way, or not?
No, it's not formal.
Okay.
It's well, of course, most English doesn't really have that much of a formality anyway, but I think it's used in everyday conversation.
Okay.
So, yeah, excellent. All right, well, let's go to the next slide. Bear with me a moment. Okay, so idioms and phrases about cheating. To cheat on someone, you actually used that when you were talking about the couple.
Yeah.
Okay. To rip someone off. Do you know how to use that, or do you know what that means?
No.
Okay. What do you remember the word mechanic that I just talked to you about? A mechanic. If you don't understand what's wrong with your car, and if a mechanic is not honest, they can rip you off.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they can get a part for $2 and put it in 5 minutes and charge you $200 because you don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Being dishonest.
Yeah, basically, it's when somebody's dishonest. So to be a rip-off, what do you think that is?
I think it's a copy of the same thing
Mm-hmm.
or something. I heard that expression in music
Uh-huh.
when you say that a song is a rip-off, it's like it sounds almost identically like another song.
Yeah, that is also. I hadn't thought of that, but I was the one I was thinking is the mechanic is a ripoff, but also to be a ripoff. Yeah, if
Okay.
something is copyrighted and they steal it, somebody steals it. That is exactly the case. So
Okay,
there's
so the
really
person who rip on someone,
ripoffs.
rip.
Somebody who rip off somebody is a ripoff. Oh, you're a
Okay,
ripoff.
so rip off
Um,
is like an adjective here.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, but to be a ripoff, he is a ripoff. So it's really a verb in this respect. But the book is a total ripoff, like what you were saying.
Uh-huh.
That's an adjective.
Okay.
Your description of that.
Okay. Yeah.
To pull the wool over someone's eyes. What do you think that means?
To pull the wool. I don't know what wool means.
Okay, wool is actually it is basically sheep hair.
Sheeper?
Sheep from
Sheep
hair
hair?
from
Oh,
sheep.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we don't actually say hair for sheep. We say it wool. We,
Oh,
and so to pull the wool over someone's eyes means to cheat them, but the person doesn't know that you are. So
oh,
usually a rip-off can pull the wool over someone's eyes. Someone is maybe fairly innocent and they're trusting, and if somebody is a rip-off, they might pull the wool over their eyes.
okay.
So, okay. In bad faith.
In bad faith. Yeah, I know this. I learned is in law vocabulary,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Okay. And
In bad faith.
what is opposite of that?
I guess in good faith.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, in good faith is you have an agreement with somebody and you shake hands in good faith. And in bad faith basically means you're not trusting them, you know. So
Yeah.
foul
Okay.
play.
Foul play. Man, I don't know. I'm thinking about sports. Know why?
Yeah, it is actually also a sports idiom. But for this, because in basketball, for example, you have a foul. Um,
Okay.
that is one of the things you can get called on as a foul. But a foul play in this respect is illegal behavior. So it's criminal behavior.
Okay, foul play. Could you please use it in a sentence?
Yeah. Oh man, I always get called in the spot for this one. Foul play. Bear with me a moment. Let me Google it real quick. I know how to use it, but I've got to. I should have wrote down some examples because I always forget them. One thing about idioms is idioms are important for people to know, but until you actually are able to use them without thinking. I mean, we don't even think about these words when we use them. So, but let's see an example. Oh, I was hoping this dictionary would give me an example. It doesn't. The man experienced foul play when his car was robbed. When he was robbed.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's team sports, and it's a violation of the rules. but also it's could be a criminal behavior. So
Okay.
it's very it's I mean it's funny because I use it when it needs to be, but I cannot think of how to use it.
It comes naturally.
Yeah, and that's the thing about idioms. If it doesn't, it's important for you guys to know it, but if it doesn't come out of your mouth without thinking about it, you probably should not use it.
Okay.
Because it doesn't come naturally. So, and at least that's my opinion. So, next one, fair and square.
Fair and square. It's like doing the right thing.
Yeah, everything is the entire contract was fair and square.
Yeah.
Okay, April Fool's joke.
Yeah, I know this one. It's April 1st, I guess. People play jokes to each other.
Have you ever had a good one played on you?
And not in April, but in December. We do the same thing, but on December 27, I guess.
Really? Right after Christmas?
Yeah.
Huh.
But here it's often you ask your friends or family for money, and if they lend you the money, then it's yours.
Oh,
You
wow.
don't need to pay them back. That's the way it works here. But actually, you can do whatever you want. You can play pranks and whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. My niece announced her engagement on April Fool's Day.
Really?
And
it was a prank or
yes,
not?
it was a complete prank. They did end up getting married, but they didn't actually announce their engagement for a few more months after that. But I guess that his mom called him and why didn't I know about this? And Mom, it was just a joke.
Really?
Yeah. She even borrowed a friend's engagement ring and put it on, took a picture and put it on Facebook.
She's so bad.
Yeah. A girl after my own heart. So, okay, a scam. What is that?
Scam is when someone, trick you.
Yeah.
Or especially nowadays with the internet, you see a lot of scams.
Yeah, a lot of email scams. The Nigerian letters that everybody gets.
That's the most famous, right?
Exactly. And then a racket.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, a racket is actually very similar to a scam, but it's a little bit like, for example, the Nigerian letters. The people behind all that, it's probably a racket.
Okay.
Possibly people are sending these letters out thinking they're going to make money, and then they end up not because the people behind them are taking the money. So a racket is
the person who plays scams on other people.
Well, no, it's actually the entire organization.
Okay, a racket.
It's very, very similar to a scam. Both of them have a very similar meaning.
Okay.
Okay, and next one. What would you do? Okay, so what would you do if you saw your best friend's boyfriend with another woman?
I think I will tell her. Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, because I can live with this in my mind. Yeah, it's so bad, but if I don't tell her, then I will be accomplice. What? Accomplice?
Yeah, accomplice. Perfectly. You're using it exactly right. So, yeah.
See, that's why.
I ended up telling one of my best friends, and not that he was with another woman, but that I didn't trust him somehow. And she didn't talk to me for a long time, but finally when she broke up with him, she realized that I was right.
But doing this it's kind of risky because maybe if you tell your friend that his boyfriend is cheating on her, and she will not believe you, or even if she has all the proofs, after they will end getting together again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they will not want to see you again, maybe.
Exactly. It's very, very risky. Yeah, exactly. So next one, you saw a colleague at work put. Oh, I'm sorry. I
I'm worried.
went. You saw a colleague at work put money in her pocket. What would you do?
Again, I will tell the truth to the boss.
Mm. Would you
Yeah.
confront the colleague or would you go straight to the boss?
Maybe I will confront him. Yeah, actually, this happened, and I did that. I confront him, but he didn't want to change his mind, so I had
So
to
you
tell
told
the
boss.
boss. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Next one. You saw your best friend shoplift from the local supermarket.
Okay, I now I understand. So, but by context, I think it's robbing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Picking things,
Shoplift. To shoplift is basically
hiding stuff from the
well, it's
supermarket.
it's kind of it's we call it a petty crime, but it's
Oh,
when like I caught my niece another one when she was 11 years old. We were shopping and I caught her start to put a candy bar in her pocket.
okay.
And that's shoplifting. It's when somebody is able to steal from the store but to leave the store without being caught. And
Okay.
so
Well,
I told her she had to either buy it or put it back. But
actually, I went through the same thing, but I was like 8 years old, so
uh-huh.
I didn't say anything, but I was scared.
Okay. So you saw a friend
Yeah,
shoplift?
yeah, but he's my best friend. He still's been my best friend.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was just a kid stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one
When
time
I
thing.
yeah, when I was 3 or 4, something like that. Um, my twin sister and I stole penny candy,
What
which
is
is
that?
really small. They're small pieces of candy that we call. And back in the 70s, it was called penny candy. We don't even have them anymore. But
Okay.
they're small pieces of candy actually.
Does it cost 1 penny?
Yeah, that's at the time they did. Now they probably cost about 25 cents. Um,
Okay.
but uh, so my sister and I were in the car eating this candy, and my mom turned back and she said, "Where did you get that?" "We took it from the store." "Did you pay for it?" "Of course not." So she turned the car around. We went back to the store, and she made us go in, pay for the candy, and apologize.
Oh, that's a good
I
lesson.
Oh yeah, I still remember it. 40 some years later, I was mortified. So mortified. I just
Yeah, I
let's
can
see.
imagine.
Yeah.
It was a small thing, but your mom, I think she handled it right.
Yeah, she did, and I've never stolen since. It was one of the best lessons. So and now I did a couple years later. I cheated, but I didn't steal. So anyway, no, I guess well, never mind. Let's go on. Okay,
Okay.
you saw a classmate cheat on a test. A classmate
Um,
cheat on a
okay.
test.
This pass really often, especially on finals, and I
Uh-huh.
don't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they pass, it's not gonna work because the next step, the next test is going to be a little bit more difficult, so they will fail anyway. So
Okay. So you figure in the end it will get
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So you saw a classmate buy a paper online.
Well, this is kind of difficult to see, but if I saw this, I think I don't know. Maybe no. It's just that I can't imagine this because it's impossible. In my school, it's impossible. It happened something like this once, and they
Uh-huh.
didn't even were they don't even were sure.
They weren't sure.
They weren't sure,
Hmm.
and they changed all the test. They changed the day and all the test.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and just because the professor forgot his USB drive and he had the test there, so he didn't know if someone had it, but he just decided to change everything just to be sure.
Wow. 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 Yeah, that it totally makes sense because I know my sister was she taught high school students,
Okay.
and she ended up 4 years later she got a paper from a younger brother that was the same one that was written by by the older brother.
Okay.
And so it does happen, but anyway, um, we don't really have a lot of time. We just have a few more minutes. So why don't we choose a question? Let's go with this question. Do you think if people stopped cheating, the world would be a better place? So the middle one.
Well, I'm not sure. I guess, but I don't think it's really a big deal. Well, maybe with scams and that kind of cheating, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I don't see it like the same thing like cheating on someone and doing a scam, I see it like something criminal, and cheating on
Hmm.
someone, it's just a bad thing to do, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe
And
cheating, yeah.
yeah. Well, and then do companies cheat on their employees?
Oh, yeah, of course, all the time. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
here.
Oh, really? In Mexico?
Yeah, yeah, because in March, I guess, they need to pay you the profit. They need to pay you part of the profit, and they often
Oh.
said that they didn't do any profit, so they ended paying you just a couple cents, we would say.
Uh-huh. So we call that actually profit sharing.
Yeah,
So in
profit
in
sharing.
in March they are supposed to give some a profit sharing bonus. Um, but many times they are able to cook they cook the books
Yeah,
and and,
cook the
and
books. Oh,
cook the books is a way that's an accounting term, and what accountants do to make the books look a certain way, even when
oh,
in reality it's not. So it makes it look they can cook the books and make it look like they're not making money, or they can cook the books to make it like they are making money.
yeah.
So one or,
That's
one or the other.
why. That's
Yeah,
what accountants are for. Okay.
exactly. And well, are you? I know that you are studying economics. Have
Yeah.
you taken very many accounting courses?
Yeah, yeah, and the teacher was awesome, and she told us that she actually was working for a big company, and she ended up being there teaching because she didn't want to do that. It was
Oh,
like, yeah, it was really common. It's really common to do that.
yeah. I have a friend who teaches public relations and journalism, and that's the reason she teaches at university. Is she prefers to teach it rather than actually do it. So
Yeah, because you can end in prison by doing that.
yeah, exactly. Well, Edson, it was really nice to meet you. I hope to see you in another class. I'm having a ball with these classes. I'm really enjoying them. So I hope that to see you later. And
Okay, I will
I've
see
got
you in the
another
next
class.
class.
And
Yeah,
okay, we'll see
about
you in the next
basketball, right?
class.
Yeah.
Basketball, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See you
Bye.
in a few minutes. Bye.